with that, we should be all set. So, hello everyone. Welcome back to Snowbreak. Also, welcome back to me, I guess, streaming. I know. Was meant to stream yesterday, and then I had a really long day at work, and I was like, I'm not going to be able to be functional. So, fortunately, yeah, I didn't end up streaming yesterday, so we're here today. Even here actually a little bit earlier than I normally am, which is good, because we have a decent amount of stuff at Snowbreak at least to get done. So, but yeah. Oh, also, another thing I wanted to say. As the title suggests, this is going to be the last stream of the year, so hopefully it'll be a good one. So, we'll see how this goes. Where should we start? Probably with just maybe the story mode. We still haven't even done the story mode for the new event yet. Actually, I haven't even done the trial. Wow, I haven't even done the trials yet. Wow. So the only thing I did was the material gathering thing. Huh. Okay, so yeah, it looks like we have a few different things that we can get done today. Cool. I say we start with the story, honestly. Get that out of the way, and then probably do some of these other things that we need to do. What's this one down here? Supreme Battleground Nexus Life. Challenge mode. Yeah, we'll probably do that too. So we'll probably do... I pretty much want to catch up on, like, everything we can Snowbreak-wise. And then, yeah, once this stuff comes, I'll do that. Alright, so let's just jump right on into the story. The Fated Spindle. Break the sleep-bound curse. So I'm guessing we're trying to, like, wake up Boo Boo. Just as we start this, I got a text message. Hi, darling. There you go. Just one Sunday, nice little hello to my darling. Alright, let's get right on in this. It was deep into the night that the automated doors of the medical department slid open with a soft hiss. Reflected in the glass, I caught sight of my own face, weary and tinged with bitterness. If I were to walk around the base by daylight looking like this, the manifestations would probably surround me in seconds. Fussing, trying to smooth the worried lines from my brow, and to spare them any concern, I rarely allow this expression to surface. Only in these quiet, empty hours do I ever allow myself to show that I am feeling fatigue. You know what, that's a mood. Yeah. Step by step, I made my way down the hallway, stopped at the door at the intense care unit, and inside laid a critically injured field agent, Boo Boo, rescued and brought back just days before. Oh, so this is just a few days later from the last chapter. The spindle system data she had recovered had already given us invaluable intel, yet here she is, unmoving and trapped in a coma. Yeah, hopefully we can get her out of the coma. Lost in thought, my hand drifted to the door handle, only to find it slightly ajar. Okay, open door. Seems I'm not the only one in here. Before Boo Boo's bed stood a lone figure of a slender woman. The creak at the door made her turn, and for a moment I saw surprise flicker across her face before she regained her usual composure. Good evening, Director T. Good evening. She arched a brow and then glanced at the chair beside the bed, wordlessly inviting me to sit and join her. No thanks, I could use the stretch. I shook my head and stepped closer, positioning myself right next to her. There, on the hospital bed, laid Boo Boo. The respirator mask covered most of her features, though through it I could see the unnatural pallor of her skin. I'd always known that hardship and loss were part of the job, but knowing that didn't mean it would like... Sorry, I got tongue twisted there. But knowing that didn't mean I would let this young girl make the ultimate sacrifice for me, not that, could be helped. The survival pod offered her miraculous protection once activated. It's clear she followed company protocol to the letter. But even so, her injuries thrust her into a deep, unbroken slumber. Not even our top medical specialists have found a way to wake her up yet. He spoke about Boo-Boo's condition in a calm, matter-of-fact tone, one honed by recounting such stories too many times before. By company standards, a patient in this condition wouldn't typically qualify for further medical resources. Yeah, it wouldn't typically, but I'm guessing there's more to that. I look at her, but her gaze never left Boo-Boo. Surely with your instincts, you've already pieced it together. Seeing me here should tell you that there's a way to save her. So then what's stopping us? I'm hesitating. I braced myself for many answers, limited resources, the need for certain personal, poor timing, but I wasn't ready for her answer being hesitation. As she spoke, her sharp gaze turned my way. Her current condition reminds me a lot of Life Bestell's case way back when. You mean during the descent? You should understand what I'm getting at by now. Not only is there a way to save her, but we've already done something like this before. The human body can't handle such severe injuries on its own. We'll need to implant through optic nerves into her to turn her into a manifestation. I was wondering why... Because I thought about this a little bit too. I don't think I said it last time, but I remember thinking about this. Like, all the characters that we have now are playable characters. I was wondering, is Boo-Boo actually a manifestation, or what? Because if Boo-Boo's going to now be a playable character, she has to be a manifestation. So that's what this story is about. So we're going to turn her into a manifestation. So that way she can, survive. Which, I mean, I can see the good and bad of that. So, good thing is she'll live. Bad news is she's now going to be targeted by, the Order like all the other operatives. So she'll pretty much have no choice but have to work for us, which, I mean, she already does, so that problem's solved at least. We have clinical data from Life and Fenny. Performing the procedure won't be a challenge, as the doctor nerves are indeed ready. She laid it out, passing the next move to me. If everything was so well prepared, her hesitation must be hinting at something more complicated. If we know how to treat her body, then it's her consciousness that's the problem. Yes, and a grave one at that. In the process of her injury, her consciousness seemed to have accepted the idea that she's already dead. Even if we revive her body, she may still remain in a vegetative state. So in other words, this isn't a guarantee that it's going to work. I know what you're wondering. The company never gave up on her over these past 6 months. If we had, we wouldn't have picked up her, distress signal and found her. But the location where she was injured is unusual. It was deep inside an underground cavern. Underground? What was she doing there? According to the spindle system data, it seems she uncovered something unusual beneath Beijing. In the heart of Beijing's desert, she sent a distress signal to other field agents in the region, but before anyone could reach her, she sent out another message and then cut all communication with the company. The second message read, "Don't come near, leave immediately." A message of stark, unwavering warning. Of course, the field team couldn't ignore that. For a while, they ensured no operative ventured near her last known location, relying instead on drones to search remotely. Calling for reinforcements at the first sign of leads, and when danger loomed, she chose to face it all alone. I looked down at the unconscious girl in the hospital bed, her eyes closed, wondering what final thoughts she had before she slipped into her coma. She's a brave girl. He let out a soft sigh, accompanied by what sounded like a faint chuckle at my quiet remark. What's so funny? I knew it. Once you heard the story, there's no way you'd give up on her. I mean, it's true. And next time you're stuck in a hesitation like this, just let me know sooner. If we're going to save her, we're going to bring back a healthy, capable manifestation, not just a sleeping beauty. Go ahead and have the medical team schedule the operation. I'll handle the issue regarding her consciousness. By the time I finish speaking, I've already crossed the room to the door. Once I made a decision, my body tends to move before my mind even catches up. I glanced back and T nodded faintly in return. The sterile glow of the hospital lights played across her face, casting shifting shadows that obscured her expression. For a moment, it looked like she might say something else, but I pushed the unnecessarily aside and left, slipping out of her sight. Is that one of my favorite operatives of the day there? A sweet date with the Jason. In the quiet of the morning at the usual base, a slightly off-key but cheerful tune echoed through the halls. Ah, there's my lovely bidet. Slip into my cutest outfit, do my hair just right, and put it in his favorite. The cheerful singer briskly made her way to the command room and nudged the door open, only to freeze in the middle of her sentence. Morning, Bidet. Oh, morning, adjacent, and everyone else. Contrary to what Bidet had imagined, the command room was far from empty. Slip into my cutest outfit, do my hair just right, and bring his favorite... What were you gonna say next? Oh no, we all heard her. Cherno mimicked Bidet's impromptu tune, her expression thoughtful as though dissecting the lyrics. Ah, hey, said the weep. How you doing today? Hopefully you are doing well. Hello. No, Cherno, you got it wrong. It was put on his favorite... Well, since when did your memory get so good? I mean, that's true, actually. Think about it. The fact that she remembered the line is a little bit impressive. Oh, we heard of the day. Not only were you late, but you were also planning to do naughty things with the adjacent. Alright, Fida, let's stick to the agenda now that everyone's here. And Meowtrix, stop hissing at Bidet. Of course she would. I gestured to Bidet to take a seat while gently holding back a bristled Meowxer. You finally got Boo Boo's gun? Nice. I still haven't even got Boo Boo yet. I need to try to see if I can get her. But we are going through the story right now, which is good. So, looks like Boo Boo's going to become a manifestation, which is kind of nice. I wonder if this story is going to shed some light on, like, that process of, like, how it's actually done. So I actually am a little curious about that. Anyways, got it. Today, briefing is once again brought to you by Professor Frida. Everyone please turn your attention to this hologram. Our mission this time is titled Operation Reclaim Boo Boo's Consciousness. Pretty straightforward title, yeah. Using the holographic slides, Frida quickly laid out the details of Boo Boo's condition. The good news is, Director T has come up with a way to turn Boo Boo into manifestation to speed up her physical recovery. Our job is to figure out to fix the part that's really holding her back. Her past and her consciousness. Her past. Specifically, the past that she remembers, and that's something only I can do. It seems to always come down to something only I can do. What the fuck? Boo Boo can't wake up because she believes she is already dead, so we need to convince her that she's still alive. That's what the adjacent told me. Frida mimicked my tone, tossing me a playful wink. Correct, that's exactly right. The reason I've gathered you all here is to achieve that goal. I'm going to enter Boo Boo's consciousness and rewrite her perception of her own, quote-unquote, death. The human brain has intricate self-defense mechanisms, though. If she senses something off during the procedure, it could completely destabilize her consciousness. And give her fragile state. I'm also worried that her mind might not cope well with your presence adjacent. Which is why, unlike when we rescued little Murasalt, I think it's best for the adjacent to stay connected to the outside world this time. That way, we can help if anything goes wrong. That would be feasible, and yeah. It's kind of like lucid dreaming. That's a good way to put it, yeah. It's definitely safer this way, but how about... Sirius fell silent, then pulled out her terminal and quickly strolled through some entries, as if reviewing her notes of her memory. Yeah, she does do that a lot. What about the spindle system? After a thorough pause, she turned her terminal screen towards me. If we incorporate the spindle system to reconstruct the underground cavern from Boo Boo's memory, we can minimize the risk of destabilizing her consciousness. Excellent. Frida, Meowxer, Sirius, you can handle modifying the spindle system and the other technical details. The method for entering your consciousness should be similar to the anchoring device. You're the experts here, after all. The trio nodded in unison. This would probably actually be like a pretty good team, thinking about it. Like, I don't have 5-star version of Meowxer. Or actually that version of Frida, thinking about it. But I feel like this would actually not be a bad team. Meanwhile, I need Cherno and Marisol to help with some consciousness strengthening exercises. I'll explain the specifics later. Oh, no problem. Marisol says she's ready to help too. As for you, Viday, is she going to be the beauty that's going to, give me moral support? Mr. Jason, I've already taken the meeting minutes. I mean, I don't understand any of this technical stuff, but you brought me along as your personal secretary, right? I mean, would not say no to Viday being my personal secretary. No, you're actually critical to the plan. Not only does our success depend on you, but so does my safe return from the consciousness room. Me? The command room was emptied out, leaving only Viday and me. Oh boy. You know what Viday is going to do with that. It's just going to be the two of us, as I promised, remember? She hummed softly in response, leaning in a bit closer. Viday, have you ever tried using your ability on someone who's unconscious? You know, the one that lets you show others the images in your mind. No, I've never done that before. Her immediate response came quickly, but then she paused as realization struck and her eyes widened. Wait, Mr. Jason, are you asking me to use my ability on Boo Boo? I want you to understand the limits of your ability. For example, can you make her forget that she was ever entered the underground cavern? Right, because she can mess with, like mind stuff. I know, real good description there, what I just said, mind stuff, but you know what I mean. She can mess with, like, people's, like, perception of things. Viday shook her head. Memories don't work that way. They're all connected. Erasing or fabricating one can mess up the entire network of memories. If she starts doubting herself, it won't just destabilize her consciousness, the whole structure might collapse. Yeah, that's what I figured. So we have no shortcuts then. I'm sorry, I wish I could have done more. What about emotions or feelings? Like, can you influence her willpower?